Oh, don't you want to hear?
I love hearing Shogun
voice?
on Champions Field. What a save!
Oh, is that Shogun? That most definitely isn't. Hey, that ball, he'd be a rich man. Ball State about to go up against Akron. The battle of the East. Win or go home. Let's get into the match.
Top 6 is on the horizon, and a week ago, Ball State had the last laugh over Akron in a 3-1 beatdown. But now, it's the lower bracket of the Fall Championship, so we're settling the score for the final time this season.
Last week is last week, though. At the end of the day, as Stax likes to say, that's why we play the games. And we'll see if Akron, in their playoff form, can get the win over Ball State. It's going to be a tense one. I think both of these teams looked excellent yesterday. Akron got a little bit nervy when they started falling off a little bit there, despite crushing the first 2 games of their series. And we'll see if hopefully they remain steadfast throughout the entirety of this one, and they're going to need to if they want to beat a team like Ball State.
Yeah, it felt historic to see Akron win a game 10-0. Like, I said it on the pre-desk, like, I thought we were going to bed early, so does Akron have that stable, composed mental? Well, someone who I think has an amazing mental is the coach of Ball State when we talked to Too Fast earlier, and we'll see if that helps Ball State beat the odds, because it feels like the odds are against them despite Ball State having beat them earlier, and that was a close call for Akron.
Everybody missing the ball over on Ball State, and Tristan was just like, the net is just open, and he tried to track it down, was just too far to get to it, and very strange miscue on defense for Ball State early on. Bullseye trying to smother one into the net, and Wova will just punt that out to the side.
Well, for now, 0-0 score with a minute gone by. Wova demo, oh, this is free! They just bully their way to the net. Ball State get their first goal.
Great control from Wova in the corner, slows it down, gets through one, freezes Tristan on the goal line as Tristan saw the demo on the back as well. Wova getting through everybody and opening the door wide for Oath.
There was like a lot of Ball State fans in the chat yesterday that I saw, and I was kind of laughing about the names that we're coming up with, like Oath and whatever, all the GOAT variations, and I'm starting to understand why. Like, Ball State are that underdog. They are the lowest seed that is remaining in this bracket as the 6 coming from the East. The best ones are like top 4 from the regions are remaining, so Ball State are going for that Cinderella story.
They're looking dangerous against everyone they've played so far. Right now, the defense for Ball State, they've done a great job really shutting down some of these Akron pushes fairly early. Bobbin and weaving, they've been playing with very good decision-making, I will say, ever since yesterday and here today as well. If they spot the space, they take it, they get a nice, decent touch. They've been very accurate in their play.
It's been tough for Akron to get out of this situation, though. Every time they go for a small little baby clear, there's Ball State stuffing them again, backs against the wall in the box. Both threatening, Wova by his side, and the 50s popped up, and the first one climbing there is Wova to set up another play. Goes to the left corner where Guh misses the challenger. Maybe he went for the boost. Either way, it was some space that Akron could work with, as they're just barely getting out of their own end now.
You can see Guh just kind of jumping to screen Tristan a little bit on that ball, force him to make a touch deep in his own corner. It slips through the middle. Tristan is just in time to kick it out. Oath one more time into the box, and nobody there for it. Tristan will just punt that ball away. Great trap, and Wova all over him, not letting him through for free.
Patty's going to confront now 3 defenders in the corner, so we'll disengage from that. Here's the counterattack from Ball State. Awkward touch, goes to Wova, takes the shot, saved by Bullseye. Patty and Bullseye were a bit locked up, getting a chance for Guh to lurk for that second opportunity, but the bounce was too high. Tristan getting past the midfield, but Wova with the layers, able to slow that play down, and that demo obviously removes Tristan from the play, but as he gets back, he can't stop what's coming.
That whole sequence, a thing of beauty, from the demo on transition, up the wall cleanly to space, and finding the flip cancel shot, get the bouncer. Tristan on the respawn was close, but not enough time to get there. 2-0 for Ball State. I'm not going to say on cruise control just yet, but they certainly are not breaking a sweat.
Yeah, Ball State with an early lead, keeping Akron on the defense, and obviously there's some counterattacks from Akron. There's potential that's building. I think they're just looking for those improvements, seeing what really gaps that they can create both physically and really just mentally into Ball State. But this goes back to the orange side. Wova's there first.
Beauty.
Be careful of what he sets up. It's a great pass to too far forward. This comes back to the blue side.
It was a good idea. They wanted the pass into the middle, but it was combined with a demo back on the other side. Ball State almost beating themselves a little bit, but they were able to recover nicely and just see if they can hold the ball here for the last 90 seconds. I expect they probably try and just buckle down a little bit, steal some corner boost, and just not let them out, and really just try to poke the ball into the corner as much as possible and waste the clock out.
Yeah, you would think. Ball State still feel like they're trying to score, like they give up the space, they take it back, they're still challenging and trying to score despite maybe just wanting to be in chaos mode, and a couple more chip shots that Akron have been able to save. They've now reached 8 saves, but man, the shots are only at 5 for Akron. Ball State are still looking for a third one, but Akron don't get it long enough clears. It's slow and steady. It's a slow burn to the blue side. Tristan to the corner. Get out of my way. 2-1 still for Ball State.
He still got that dog in him. Tristan down 2, able to get over 2 defenders. Not bad timing on his 50, but Tristan, perfect timing on the follow-through. Jams one through the last defender, gets his team back in striking distance with 40 left.
At 35 seconds, Patty gets stopped on his rise. Here's Tristan up above, not a lot of boost, couple touches, he's demoed. And Patty will be able to receive this and bring it back. Akron have to support each other in these last 20 seconds. This is their chance to find the equalizer to send us into OT. And Ball State, can they hold on to that lead? Well, it's an offense that's now generated for Tristan, and this just rolls in. Both goals to Tristan. He saves Akron.
The speed, thinking he can play so tight, but he's even a step behind that. And Oath was out there expecting that 50 to go a different way, maybe presenting a passing option. Either way, ranging forward, the back line totally open. Tristan cracks apart Ball State.
Bullseye taking a shot. Oath pops it up. Now fighting for control in the corner. The demo's coming in for Akron. Ball lands on the ground through the smoke, though, and we enter OT.
Thievery from Akron here. Specifically, Tristan getting it done both times. Oath wants the bump and the drop pass. Surprise, surprise, hope you're ready, Wova, in the one-on-one.
Oh, man, the 0-2 comeback would be just legendary from Akron. They had the support from the desk. Tristan wants his hat trick, though, and this goes to Patty. It's a tough one to kind of center out. Yeah, he misses that touch, giving possession to Ball State. Oath with a pinch thanks to Patty. Goes off to the side. This helps Akron go forward, but it's a shot that sends Akron packing right back.
Nice cover from Patty there. The communication from Akron, very good right now. They called the demo. Patty knew he had to get up and take away anything over the middle. Dump to Gah. Can he put it on frame? Tristan is recovered. Bullseye will swap that out to the side. And overtime picks up where regulation kind of stalled out for Ball State, pressuring Akron.
Back to the orange end from that pinch from Wova there. Patty, who will stop him, goes behind him lurking, bumping him off the play it seems, and can always depend on Tristan, but that pinch is a little dangerous, and there's the dive from Ball State, who will secure game 1 after all.
A brutal bounce here. Wova, massive 50. You couldn't ask for a better 50, and that bounce off the lip on the back wall straight out into the middle. Akron knew they were going to have to make a heroic save, and unfortunately for them, Oath was having none of it. Just buried it top of the net. Ball State win the first one. Got a little bit close there for a while, but boy, across the board, I will say, Ball State generally in the driver's seat.
And defensively, Akron were able to keep this only a 2-0 game until the last minute, where you would typically see the play style change. When you have a lead, there's not a lot of time left. You just got to shake up possession and cause chaos and really disrupt what Akron, the comeback, which Akron were able to successfully pull off because Ball State were still committed to getting more insurance goals. And I bet against Akron, you want to get as many goals as you can. And then those little mistakes started to pop up, and Akron took full advantage. Tristan took full advantage.
Absolute pirate there in the in the midfield right there at 7 seconds from Tristan, just lurking super tight to a challenge and able to beat out the defense. But ultimately, a nasty 50 goes against Akron, and Ball State have not lost a step since yesterday, I will say. I mean, Even yesterday, actually, their first game was worse than that one was against Akron. They needed a second to dial in, but after they did, oh boy, unstoppable. And now you're coming out here in your first game against Akron, and you started off in the driver's seat. I get a little bit worried for sure, because we said Tristan's name a lot because, yeah, he was doing a lot of excellent work there as that continued on. But if you're Akron, you're kind of thinking, guys, Patty Bullseye, someone's got to win a challenge against one of these people. Tristan's good, but, you can't expect him to carry the world, right?
Is Tristan good? He looks so angry. I'm not sure if he's locked in, he's lasered, or he's like getting this, like something bad happened and he's taking it out on the game. He's taking it out on the other side. So, hey, if he's playing the way he is, I don't care what kind of facial expression he's having. But the vibes seem really good on the Ball State side. They got all their players or coaches behind them. They got the stream up. The vibes are good over there.
They're hanging out, having a good time, as they should. They're playing good Rocket League, and it's always easy to have a good time, even if you're losing, if you're feeling like you're playing well. As long as we're all making good decisions, as we do have a slight tech pause. One of the players is having some audio issues. We'll get them back in shortly. But as long as we're making good decisions, you're going to be playing good car soccer. And Ball State, ever since yesterday, is still continuing to make excellent decisions. The timing is really good on the 50s, and it's taken some real hard work over on that Akron side to kind of break out a little bit. There's a lot of good boost steals over from the Ball State side of things. It puts a lot of pressure on Akron to consistently win multiple challenges in a row to keep possession and force Ball State backward. It was a very difficult game one, but you have to give a lot of credit to Akron. They kept that playable, right? Down 2-0, and I'm sitting here talking about how Ball State's running all over the pitch on them, and they ended up in an OT. So Akron is clearly playing a solid game as well.
I felt like Akron were stuck, and usually when you're stuck defending and putting up save after save, which is impressive, yeah, eventually something's gonna happen, of course. Rocket League is gonna happen, and yeah, they did get scored on, but they weren't getting absolutely trounced. It was only 2-0, but that's enough for a W, and I don't know what happened to Tristan once he finally was able to operate in that midfield. You were able to trust Patty that if the ball went awry, that Patty was always there to catch it. There wasn't no open nets. Tristan was able to play his game.
Yeah, it's a very difficult thing. A lot of people know now, after the multiple years that defenses have had to put up with Tristan. So everybody knows what that guy can do with the ball in the air. And you got a little taste of it there in that first game. He finally had a little bit of space to operate with, popped that air dribble, and immediately went through the entire defense. And that's why more often than not, Tristan doesn't even try to do that anymore. Just because he knows if he tries to do that, people are just going to instantly jump at him, and he's not going to be able to outplay them anymore because the defenses have leveled up. Tristan is trying to influence plays in a much more different way, relying on his speed of his ability to read plays quickly and outpace his opponents. And more often than not, it tends to work out. He is that good that he could just change the play style. But every now and again, when he's got that little bit of space here, you get to see the wizard come back.
Yeah, these are wizards, and we talk so much about just how good Tristan is, but then Ball State were the ones who I felt connected off the bat, well off the pitch. Like the passes, the pre-jumps, just dunking on him, and it was great to see. Can Ball State have that fire start now in game 2 after that extended pause? It's already Ball State with a quick offense, and what's great about their offense is that it's relentless. It's shot after shot. You need a strong clear to get past Ball State.
And look at Guh already ranging over just to put a hand up, and he's gonna steal it away and score. Guh was chasing this one from right here. He was like, I gotta get to that wall, and boy, did he.
And that's been the Akron way to try and make space, is to guide the ball out. Of course, you have more secure control of the ball, but it gives Ball State the opportunity to challenge and sometimes win it and turn the play around like that. So it's sometimes maybe you just have to just take it as hard as you can away, because now they're having to demo Ball State just to get out of their way, and you're still not really paving that lane out of that orange half.
That is the beautiful part of Rocket League. There is a give and take to every opportunity as Guh with a lot to pick from here in the middle. What do you do with 70 boost? Get bumped off by Bullseye and say, all right, fair enough. I'll let a teammate come through and score.
Bruh. Like Ball State, have been camped out in this orange half. What did we say? If you have to play defense, bad things are gonna happen eventually. That was just a weak touch. You're kind of the fourth imposter there, setting up Ball State for the easiest goal ever. But hey, deja vu, first minute, 2-0 for Ball State.
Yeah, Tristan definitely going to be a little disappointed with his touch there for sure. It came off a lot softer than he intended, 100%. But that's the unfortunate reality. Rocket League also punishes imperfection. Even Tristan is not infallible.
You pointed out on the desk that when Akron are ahead and maybe they let go of their grip of the steering wheel, or maybe they panic in these dire situations, and you gotta commend them for fixing that in game one. Like, they were down 0-2 and were able to come back. Yes, the OT, they choked that, but hey, Akron don't look as panicky as they did yesterday. They're still definitely hustling for the ball.
Big telling sign for that is if Akron starts double committing for things on defense, because that's when you know that it's hectic and everyone feels anxious, or at least whoever is double committing does, right? So that's really my tell sign over on that Akron side, because they're so well coordinated and they're such a good team that when they start double committing, you know things are rough. As Tristan is denied a dunk opportunity, Bullseye can't keep it in play, Patty will lend a helping hand, but Akron definitely stretching themselves a little bit thin as the midfield gets demoed out, and finally able to relieve the pressure.
That was the most threatening offense we've seen from Akron, being able to slow down the play, having the flip reset, and having the teammates to help push that in. It's just Ball State's defense is so clutch, and so is each player of Ball State getting a hand in a goal. Now 3-0 over Akron.
What did I say, Lemon? The double commits. You have two people going for the same touch off the backboard. They lose it, and now there's nobody home. 3-0 Ball State in game two. We haven't even reached halftime. That is where I call the danger zone. You're in a bad spot right now if you're Akron, already feeling like you're on the barrel, looking at match point.
Yeah, Ball State seem really intelligent on the defense, too. They're not just that hyper-aggressive, kind of losing track of what's behind them. Like, they're winning, they're getting the ball back as soon as it's in the blue half. Tristan, these touches in front of the net are scaring me, bud. But Ball State, they went for the demo, now they got the ball back. That free opportunity is gonna come with a little bit more work. Akron will get their second, maybe most threatening offense going here, but not before Wova slowing them down in the midfield. The touch against Tristan sends this ball awry, and Ball State going in for the kill.
And the idea for Akron right now is definitely bring everything you can onto a dribble. As you're going to see, Tristan, he wants to pop this and just hold it for as long as he can and just see what he can do.
Well, a lot more demos, and this time coming from the defensive Ball State, where they don't really feel too challenged yet. If anything, it feels like Ball State are running this game too. And what's there to deny that? 90 seconds, 3-0 with Akron registering 4 shots, but a lot more eyes are on Patty and Bullseye, who are at least assisting Tristan a lot more. It's not the one-man show, but the tip from Gus, too much. 4-0.
Now, I know it looks worse than it is here. Tristan's trying to position aggressively because he trusts that one of his teammates is going to get a hand on that ball in the midfield. And to be fair, you have 3 goals to score. Go ahead, play aggressive in the midfield. Everyone's going to be like, oh, Tristan pushed too far forward. Well, duh. They got to score. Unfortunately, if you don't come up with the wins on the contests, you're not going to score, and you're going to concede even further. And likely the end of game 2 here, but everything to play for now is pride if you're Akron, and just kind of reset.
Now's the time to talk and also try to change things up, take risks, see what's really working. And for Akron, well, they weren't stuck on their half for as long, in the second half. They're able to break out a lot more, and the improvements are there, but Ball State are the ones ramping up too. They saw the potential that Akron have. They're not mentally boomed just because they're down, and I think Ball State made sure that they're just dead in the water. 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0, they sunk the aircraft carrier. That's 5 hits, and Akron unable to register anything on the great realm of Battleship in game 2. Well played, Ball State. You took this one and ran with it. You never let it go. And boy, did it start off with a bang. A well-deserved MVP here. He's 625, scored 2 goals, 3 assists, 1 save, and 4 shots. And it was a big one to start off, just racing out to the sidewall there and putting Akron on notice with a huge dunk.
Just to reiterate, oh, this is a nasty, nasty goal if God would have got that flip reset in, but with 10 seconds left, this will be Ball State going on match point. And last second denial. Ball State are still trying to score. It's kind of BM. But yeah, match point and the slower bracket. We could be saying goodbye to Akron Blue in the fall championship, which would be pretty crazy. Ball State, I consider them one of the underdogs of this bracket.
Very, very possible. That Ball State definitely comes in looking like an underdog on paper. You start seeing the games go, and you're just like, oh boy, those three are locked in. They know exactly what kind of car soccer they want to play. They know how they're going to do it. And boy, are they executing on that plan. It is a lethal push from Ball State. All the potential that we knew was there throughout the season and that we never really feel like they got to show it. Oh boy, it's brought to the table here at the right time in the playoffs.
Ball State are just really aggressive on the offense. We pointed this out in the first minute. Like, it's shot after shot after shot, and they deny, like, most of the clears in that first half. And hence why just the chances of them scoring went up tremendously when they constantly were able to regain possession of the ball. And they got that crazy early lead that you pointed out with only, a minute or two gone by. And that's where you're wondering, okay, we commended the composure that Akron had in game one to come back and force OT, but he didn't have that as many opportunities. He didn't have that signs of life.
Well, here's where Akron tends to do their best work, I will say. Back against the wall, they know. You saw it in Game 5 yesterday. They settled down. They brought it back. I'm not going to say this one's over just yet. You still got to go out and you got to put them down because I don't want to give Akron anything here if I'm Ball State.
And an early offense, an early shot, but not without Akron. Definitely going toe-to-toe when it comes to that aggression with an immediate counterattack. Shot even, not even registered, but at least in the general direction. But this is a free ball for Guh, as Oath goes for his chance. Patty in the net, but Bullseye sends it way far down.
It's a good recovery from Tristan on the defensive side to get that one out. Bullseye hit the post on the way into the net, and the defense was definitely going to be suspect for Akron if they didn't find a clear. They seem to have settled a little bit. They're definitely the ones holding possession here at the start of game 3. Guh having to fight off a bump attempt. Tristan rips one on target. Wova buys a little time with a touch straight up, but it's not easy going on the Ball State defensive side right now.
I like that Akron is trying to disrupt a lot of the structure, though, on that back end. You saw Bullseye trying to go for bumps. He missed that second one, which I think would have been critical for the score. And now you got two whips back to back. But Akron still fighting for the ball. Bullseye up in the air. Just going for the solo play, maybe running out of boost, and Guh's quick to slap that one away. But this is the Akron pressure that is building and what we haven't seen in a while. But this is what it's going to take for Akron to come back.
And the Ball State synergy definitely getting pressured and stretched here. They're all low on boost. They feel the pressure. Akron applying a lot of really well-timed heat here at the start of game 3, but I think Oath just found a small pressure valve and it'll reset here.
Hey, Ball State, maybe getting the ball back? No, 2 committed from Akron, and I'm seeing the communication difference from Akron too, just being able to calm down from game 2 and not really look at the series score, but look at each other and just put it all on the table. And Akron look like they're taking it step by step, but what a setup for Oath. It doesn't matter if Akron are talking, because I'm sure they're quiet now.
Just using everything to get that flip reset, and Bullseye says, you had one more touch in the tank there? Kicked it out across the goal mouth, and who else was there but Oath? Easy tap in. What a setup from Guh, my goodness.
Oh, Guh getting
don't give it
tested
to
here. And then Tristan just dunks on him. What a response. Very quick from Akron. We're usually off of kickoffs. It's always Ball State that win, but Tristan was committed.
He was 100% committed. That's why I'm so surprised that Guh took so long to size that up. Just be like, look, man, hit the center of the ball and make sure you flip into it. Tristan's trying to bury you in a body bag right now. You just got to go fight him off. And unfortunately, Guh was not fully aware of that, and Tristan put him on a poster.
especially after the beautiful mechanics from Ball State and how quick that lead was just disappeared. But it's a commanding lead that Ball State doesn't have yet, and one that they've always started with, as Wova just delivers this ball to Bullseye. Ball State always get these small touches, but now Akron are just more unified as a team and more aware as Patty gets one in for Akron.
Able to find a little bit of an opening there. You see Tristan bumping the player off the ball for Ball State, and Wova, he was hoping his timing was going to be good there, but definitely a step behind. Would have been better off staying on that backboard and just trying to defend Patty's touch. Tried to get aggressive, paid the price. Akron with their first lead.
Is it a lead that they can hold? Akron have been just a lot more involved as a team. It's not just Tristan with the solo plays, it's everyone cycling. Now Bullseye against Wova, waits for his turn. Wova with the long clear that Patty misses, so Tristan spots the approach, tries to bring it to the other side. Bullseye removes the blockers in his way, but Wova gets there in time to stop Akron's train from going too far.
Oh, nice disruption from Tristan. Tristan's trying to look at what Ball State's doing and just trying to drive right through the center of that Ball State rotation and ruin all that offensive timing that has been lights out all series long.
Okay, a little mistouch there from Akron, no big deal. Good to Oath. Somehow the pass is in, but it's only to really establish yourself in the orange end, and now the pass is in favor of Akron with some bumps. Tristan wants to shove that player out of the way because he trusts Bullseye to help push this ball forward, but the clear is successful for Ball State, and it's still only a small lead for Akron.
Coming through with a few boost steals as well. Could get dangerous here for Akron if you're not careful. Guh wants to poke one down. Patty just able to get the bumper on it. Oath chops one into the middle, but nobody's ready for it. And now it's just seeing if Ball State can hang on as that one's off the post. Bullseye, nice, easy clear.
Yeah, Patty was like watching the redirect too. He had another member right in front of him, and that didn't end up connecting. And then the post MVP of the day. 40 seconds left though, and it's match point for Ball State. Akron just have to hold on, but here comes Guy. Demos Tristan, and Patty with the pinch. It goes to the blue end. Bullseye races against Wova. Wova beats him to it. And now he has Akron panicking in the net. Oath looks for demos, looks for bumps, but Guz the one removes, so Akron relieves that pressure.
Now it does feel like Ball State actually the ones trying to shimmy shake a little bit on their approach, see if they can throw Akron off the scent.
Couple more seconds, but Old has the ball, and this goes to Wova. The shot's blocked by his own friend. All good though. OT, no, it's Akron that steal away game 3.
Cheeky opportunity for Ball State there at the end. Unfortunately, definitely not able to hit that ball the squares they would have liked. Akron squeeze out a victory. Honestly, a pretty good fight there in Game 3. I will call that game an even battle. Akron definitely got their licks in early. Ball State started coming back later. But across the board, I think Akron played an excellent game here. They figured out how they wanted to approach it. That was a beautiful setup, and just for that, I feel like you deserve to win. But unfortunately, that's not how this game works, and you gave it right back immediately.
Yeah, you live by the Tristan, you die from the Tristan. You know, in game 2, you had the weak touch that cost of the goal, but then Tristan's dunk is what had that, is it the equalizer or the lead? One of those.
Equalizer, yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that Patty is more involved in the plan. He used to be that anchor, that pillar in the back that wouldn't let that open net happen. And now that Patty is part of the success at the front, now Akron have more options than just give the ball to Tristan and hope for the best.
Definitely not the worst idea to give the ball to Tristan and hope for the best. It tends to work out more often than not, I will say. But I think you're right. You definitely needed a little bit more from both Patty and Bullseye, and you got that. They were definitely controlling the ball, and more importantly, off the ball. I think all 3 players on Akron were definitely ruining the timing of that Ball State approach. There was a lot of physical play there from Akron, and definitely helped them move forward as Oath forced save and can't regain possession. Wova with a beautiful tip to delay the Akron push, but this is an awkward spot to be in for sure if you're Ball State right now.
Just a few seconds earlier, you saw Oath just driving around Akron, kind kind of annoying them, taking their attention away. And if you can just disrupt that a little bit, that gave the ball to Ball State, but with Oath missing from that whole structure, Akron just able to overwhelm the possession from Ball State and create some dangerous offenses. You got to keep your eyes on Akron. This goes to the back wall. Oath puts it to the side, and Patty's touch is to the midfield with Wova driving this forward. And now it's Ball State really pushing through on that corner, able to take the ball. Tristan can't hold it for much longer, but with all these demos, it's Akron with quicker recovery.
Yeah. Patty getting demoed and then respawning and getting immediately demoed again is pretty tough stuff. Thankfully, though, his team was able to find a nice clear, and Oath has just made his car as bright and visible as possible. He says, "Come and get me if you can," and Tristan is able to save the pass, denying the shot. They'll steal the boost, look for demos, and Akron able to weave out of an attack.
After all the games we saw thus far, the fact that we're still at a 0-0 score is insane. Akron have finally downloaded Ball State, and they're fighting back. This cross is in front of the net. Oath is just waiting. But no Akron to take the shot. They go for maybe the more secure one. It's off the cross. Everyone from Ball State is jumping, but there's no party as Akron now just slowing down the play because Ball State wants some revenge.
Stressful for sure, that Ball State defense getting pressured. And it's a very fine line between, look, we're playing aggressively and we have no boost, somebody please help.
Can't help you there. Bullseye can, though, with the Tristan demo onto Oath. It's 3-on-2 for the reset. Wova gets rid of the ball before the reset can be used. It's Tristan making his way, bullying through. He has to go to the side. Wova creates that wall in front of the net as Akron hope to puncture through. But Guck gets past Akron's wall there in the midfield as Ball State still trying to chase that first goal. And Tristan is stopped.
Wova is massive there, getting out of the way of the 2-on-1 headed his way. Jumped it early, but they missed the ball, and Patty scores a freebie. Oh, no.
Oh, Patty screaming in his mic, let's go. The vibes are back on for Akron. And the last time that Akron had a lead, they won the game. I only have a one game sample, but that's something that Ball State have to worry about, how they play from behind.
What did we say, Lemon? You don't want to give them anything. You had them locked down, but it's back against the wall. Akron starts to do their best work, and they've brought it to bear here. And at 57, Ball State, they still have a dangerous attack, but now it's a question of can they even get one started. Tristan, one-on-one against Wova again. Just there to smother that one out, but a lot more time on the clock for Ball State to work with here. See what they can do.
The way that Gun Wova handled pressure when people like Tristan are just shoving him all the way around, especially in the net. With how much speed Tristan likes to use to just hope that he can force his way through the net, and the way that Ball State can handle that is really impressive. And for this to only be a 1-0 score, Akron are not comfortable, and Ball State want their first one. It's Wova losing control in that corner. Here's Gus stepping up, tipping this, centering it out, but Bullseye slaps it away over to Patty. Quick counterattack from Akron. Second touch from Bullseye down low, and Akron are up by 2.
Gotta say, love Patty taking the flip reset high here. Yes, he'd like to score it, but look at how it forces the hand of Wova to adjust his timing in the net. He is forced to go off the back because he can't adjust his speed to cover the net properly for that ball. He gives an opening for Bullseye, and boy, did he bury that one.
1 minute left. Akron's defense getting tested there, but with I think a few jumping from Ball State to give Patty just this open lane to just run it down the red carpet. Quickly sent away. Ball State getting desperate. 45 seconds, just letting Bullseye not get the touch there, and he had 65 boosts. What happened?
We all just missed the ball. Bullseye getting bumped. He just straight whiffed, and Patty is just like, dude, I have nothing. I can't help you.
Uh-oh. Akron, don't do the thing you did yesterday. But reverse sweep opportunity in favor of Akron if they can force the game 5 and not give up any more goals. It's Ball State now centering this ball out, but passing it to the Ghosts, and it's Akron who rise from the dead. Bullseye with the demo. Will have to do this with only one teammate who's very far away. But hey, all of Ball State are back in 16 seconds to make this last play work.
Ooh, and it's gonna look like a pretty good one. That's a demo in the back line. There's nobody home. Patty completely open, and he will beat the defender on the respawn. Close out game 4. Lock it in. We're going to 5, Lemon.
Woo. What do we say? If Akron start with a lead, they end with a lead. Reverse sweep opportunity when Ball State started off with the first 2 games, 3-2, which went to OT, but a 2-0 commanding lead throughout most of the game, to a 5-0 stomp in game 2, to Akron waking up and smelling the coffee. We're going to Champions Field.
What a showdown here in the lower bracket. Akron and Ball State, surprise, surprise. Maybe no one expecting this to be as good as it has been, but what a recovery effort from Akron here in this series. Ball State definitely driving the boat early on, and Akron, huge adjustments there in the middle. They say, look, just go hit people, force them to adjust, and they're all having to work to get this one done against Ball State. They know that Ball State will pick them apart if they are not careful. And now it's just a matter of you just need to find one touch that gets around them. And then Ball State starts to crumble. You could see that in that Ball State defense throughout this game 4. Once Akron start peppering those holes on the backboard and coming off the sidewall, then you start seeing all of Ball State start diving across their own net and pulling themselves out of position. And even if that wasn't enough for Akron to score the ball, it slows down the counterattack of Ball State.
You see Patty not only talking to his team, but drinking out of the biggest jug I've ever seen.
Yeah, the water cooler.
Gamers are never hydrated, and this guy is like a 2-liter with him. So you tell Patty is fired up. He had an incredible game 4 to set up his team and even make his own magic happen. So Ball State, it's not over yet. Can you finish what you started? And some bump attempts, but not actually hitting the player. Ball State with an early shot that doesn't go in as Tristan tries to carve his way through the left, and he will get denied.
And Oath was looking for a very clever bump in the middle there just to throw off that sense of security that Akron had. Patty straight down the gut. Gut is there for it. You can see Tristan immediately trying to beat Gut to that corner to steal the boost.
Oh, Ball State are all over them, but Tristan's handling the challenges a lot better, and he's quick to get to the ball. Flip reset, 12 boost, early challenge there from Gun. That's what Ball State have been good at. You don't let Akron ramp up and get the mechanics going. And Ball State are quick to respond too. It's Oath getting past defenders, but when all 3 of Akron are in the net, that's tough for Ball State to handle.
Brutal bounce. Here comes Tristan. He's not going to miss that one. He's been playing in this league for too long. You give him a wide open barn door like that to walk through. Yes, please.
A musty pass too, and then you got the smoke and all the confusion, and Akron score like that. Like, their passes are starting to look really clean, almost reminiscent of how Ball State started the series. And the trend continues. Akron, who start with a lead, do they end with a lead, and a reverse sweep to live on in the bracket. Ball State got to collect themselves.
Physicality, it's a huge difference maker for Akron right now. It really has thrown a giant wrench in the Ball State game plan. And they're not able to have that perfect timing to really keep those challenges going. So, hey, maybe we just miss the ball every now and again and see what happens. How about we crisscross a few times and Tristan saves the day again?
Ow! You have passes like that, I'm going cross-eyed just trying to watch what Ball State is doing, and Akron save it at the goal line. A question of inches. But Akron only have the 1-goal lead. And Patty lurks. Volva with the high touch away. Tristan reads it like a book. Bounces out to mid. Bullseye. Only soft shot towards the back wall, but it's Akron's pressure. that you got to give credit to, which is immediately gone away as Gut takes his time to adjust towards Patty. Oath will get the shot for free. Akron are quick to choke them out as Gut takes the shot. Patty can't save. And Ball State get the equalizer.
Look at the control from Oath here. Wova, that's a nice 50, but Oath knows don't overdo it. Don't try and shoot it. I know I have a teammate out there. Make it as playable as possible. Trust that they will deliver. And a great shot from Guh.
Well, I trust these teams to deliver us a good match. This has been exactly that. Bullseye trying to tuck it under. Wova kicks it away. Ball State are having their defense challenge, but so is Akron. How does Wova get that in?
That's exactly what Patty is wondering. I don't think he even believed Wova could get back to it. He saw Wova get challenged and was thinking, cool, I rotate back through the corner. You know, I just picked up some boost. I'm in a good... He's still flying? And then it's in his net.
Ball State take back the lead with still a whole second half to go. But a long clear goes to Tristan. Saved there by Wova, but now Akron are set up. They're going in for the kill. Patty from up high ties it up.
Nobody from Ball State believed there was a world where Wova misses this. They all were just like, yep, Wova's got that clear 100%. And boy, were they wrong.
Oh man. Excellent plays from both sides. This is so neck and neck. And Wova's been that star for Ball State. Patty takes his shot though. And Akron are back in the lead. And might have even been some bumps in the net. They look kind of locked up.
Definitely something akin to bumps. It at least forced everyone out of the way. Tristan came into that play as hard as possible. If he didn't get the read, he was still going to go straight through the goal line and make people move. And it worked out. Off the kickoff, Guh keeps it clean. 2 minutes left. A surprising error to let Akron back in the game, but they get their own. Patty is a step behind it. Oath lays a beauty into the center of the net.
Just a left hook matched by a right hook. It's just blow for blow between these two teams. A lead that has not won this game yet. With Akron still praying for that reverse sweep. And Patty is online. Have Akron really fully downloaded Ball State? Well, Ball State are now really taking this match seriously after they started off 2-0 with a game 2 that ended 5-0. As Gus slowed this ball down to the right, but here's Patty for the challenge. He wins it. Wova defensively has been solid. Ball State able to hold a candle to Akron thus far.
Oh, what a bump.
But Tristan has his chance to just puncture through, but no goals yet.
Oh, Gut actually got through. Oath, I don't think expected it, but he's gonna jam it home. What a recovery effort from Ball State. They flub the transition here. Oath misses the ball, but it pulls out Bullseye, and what an effort from Gut to get back in front of that to poke it in frame.
That second touch from Go was crazy. The way that it just lined up the home run like that. Ball State, the lead that they steal back from Akron. 90 seconds left with Bullseye up high, getting chased by 2 defenders. Good challenge there from Oath. Tristan with a recovery. He's going to crash and burn, though, and that gives a chance for Ball State to punt this out.
Really wondering what Ball State does here for 60 seconds. How do you fend off what you are certain is about to be the most aggressive push you've ever seen? Do not concede! Oh,
no! Did teammates say something about Akron own goaling or something? Not that this is really an own goal, but like that's what hurt the mental last time. Tristan couldn't get back there in time.
He's not even really in a bad spot. He was pretty deep. Even on the opposite end of the net, it was just the fact I think he got caught flipping right as that perfect clear came off the backboard, and that is a massive blow to the morale, but they get one back. Huge demos. Patty will redeem himself and say, nah, situation's the same. We're down 1 with about a minute. Keep it going.
Akron will never give up. It's a hat trick for Patty. He's putting it all on the line. Tournament lives, season lives on the line. With Akron only down by 1, but always being there to slap Ball State right back, but Bullseye spots, or both spots Bullseye's kind of shaky possession, attempted the challenge. Now Patty, the quick transition downfield, misses that touch. It almost goes to Tristan for a perfect shot, but not yet. Oh, Patty, what you doing? Just saves it. Oh, Oath in the net, too, getting locked up, and Akron trying to handle the ball, but this goes to Oath in the midfield shot! The challenge is too late! With 13 seconds left, have Ball State done it?
Patty, not a bad idea, but unfortunately, Oath was camped out in the midfield in the perfect spot to cover that clear. Tristan trying to reverse the momentum of the play, stretched it out. Don't think he even knew Oath was waiting. He got beat.
It's not over yet. Tristan can score in these last couple of seconds, and that kickoff will have a chance, but obviously Ball State intercept every chance.
Oh, he's there. Oh, but it's over.
The 0-second mark. Ball State already celebrating. The underdogs, the 6th seed from the East, beats the 4th seed from the East. Ball State, the past repeats itself. They beat Akron last week, and they do it again in a Game 5 fashion. We say goodbye to Akron. Hey, they even got an audience. That's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Ball State. That is another huge win. You thought for sure maybe vengeance was about to be served for Akron. Unfortunately, though, Ball State close it out, and boy, in what a fashion as well. 2 times Akron caught overcommitting, not even that far. But honestly, the perfect clear off the backboard from Ball State straight into the net. Oath was out there cooking. Wova was out there cooking. Go was doing work. Everybody on Ball State needed to be online to take down Akron. And, I think they're just glad to make it through another round here. And Ball State, the only thing you got to work on is remaining solid under physical pressure, because that was really where Akron started to equalize the series. It got dicey there in the middle.
Ooh, Akron's passes, though, looked really good. It was just goal after goal from side to side. Like, it wasn't this huge comeback that you had to mount, and it was Akron that had a lead that Ball State were quickly able to answer back. Then Ball State had a couple of leads that Akron kept close, and one of my favorite players on the pitch actually had to be Wova, although the stats on the last game don't reflect how much of an impact he really had. He was just the most consistent one for me on Ball State's side when it comes to defense.
For sure. Everybody, I think, for both teams. That was a complete series, I think, for both squads. Unfortunately, it's the end of the road for Tristan in the fall championship on his final year. He will not make an opportunity for a grand final appearance. Ball State will knock them off, and what a way to do it. But oh my days, that was stressful.
And that's just the second match. What do we got? Like 5 or 6 today to go.
6.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Game 5, almost reverse sweep. It doesn't get better than this. Congrats if you got channel points. Sucks to suck if you didn't, because the desk sure thought Akron were going to take this, but Herc had something going there. So we're going to throw it to a break. When we get back, we'll hear from the desk.